Now, Mercedes has announced a new G Wagon. And this isn't an update to the current G Wagon or anything. This is a new retro G Wagon. Now, what do I mean by retro? Well, basically, this G Wagon has a bit of an old school look, similar to its predecessor in the 1980s, I think. And it has a lot of plastic cladding on the outside. It has a cloth wheel cover for the spare wheel, and the interior is half leather, half cloth for the seats. But overall, the interior quality, I don't know if it's downgraded from the G Class, the G Wagon. I can't really tell from the pictures, but it seems good. So basically, what this car is this is, well, a throwback to the 80s. And they're making a limited edition of these cars. I think it's around 460 cars. And honestly, that's probably for the best, because even this car is an old school version with lower quality materials. It's still really expensive. Apparently, it's around 160,000 euros or pounds. I'm not sure which, but either way, that's a lot of money. It's less expensive than G Wagon, I guess, but still, that's a lot of money. And I don't know, the people who are looking for the G Wagon would specifically want this, or would they rather try and spend the money to get the full-fledged G Wagon? Now, normally that would be the case, but the fact that this is a limited number means that this has the potential to be a collector's item and to have a huge value in the future. As you know, classic cars and which are rare go for a lot of money. I mean, there's a Ferrari that went for a lot of money recently. A really classic old Ferrari. So the fact that if there is actually only 460 of them made, it makes sense. People would buy it. But I don't know. Now, whether something like this was necessary, I don't know. I mean, the G Wagon already has a retro look. It doesn't really need to be more retro. I mean, the G Wagon's boxy, and it hasn't really changed in terms of design for the last two and a half decades since then. So whether it need to be more retro, not sure. I mean, I guess you could think about it in the way that Toyota are doing with the retro Land Cruiser. What was that Land Cruiser called? Forgot. But that car's a bit more reasonably priced, I guess. And Land Cruiser fans are really fans of retro versions of their cars. So it makes sense for them to do it, but for the G Wagon to be bring out retro, I don't know. But since it's a limited number, they won't have any problems with it. They'll all sell, and their valuation will hold, and the value will probably increase after a while. But anyway, Mercedes making a retro G Wagon, well, it's not really that big of a deal considering what the G Wagon is, but I guess it's nice. It's something for people to collect. People are fans of G Wagons who want to spend that kind of money, I guess. Now, what I'm seeing from this is the fact that retro designs are making a comeback. I mean, we're seeing a lot of retro cars. We're seeing a lot of cars with retro looks. I mean, the Ioniq 5 is probably the biggest one that everyone notices. It has a serious retro look, and everyone loves it. And I think that's a part of the cycle. I mean, one look is in style, then it goes out of style when a new one comes in. And when the newer one everyone's seen and getting bored with, you bring the retro back with a little modifications, and you like it again. It makes sense. It's kind of like clothing styles. It goes out of fashion, then after a while it comes back. But yeah, retro big boxy cars coming back. Honestly, I think that's great. I personally love the look of these boxy SUV like cars. They look rugged, stiff, like you could take them anywhere without worry. That's the feel I get from these cars, and the fact that this is becoming a trend is really exciting. So let's see what other cars come out.